woke up every morning just trying to build a life. Welded steel and honest work kept his head down through the fight. They took his land, they took his name. They laughed while he went broke, till the only thing he had left was a Komatsu, and with that he would bring the smoke. He spent 3 days and 3 nights behind a welding mask, turning yellow iron into something no one could get past. No speeches, no goodbye notes, no final grand manifesto, just the sound of steel on steel and a heart that said, "Let's go!" He rolled out of the shop like a storm no one could see coming. 6 tons of armor, thunder in the engine drumming. They called him Killdozer as he came down the street, and for one single day no one could stop the beast. They threw everything they had at him, bullets, bombs, and prayers, but he just kept on rolling like he didn't even care. Every building that fell before him felt the weight of what he'd lost. One man against the system, and the system paid the cost. They called him crazy when the smoke finally cleared, said the man had lost his mind, that he'd gone too far, that's clear. But the ones who knew him best just stood there with a quiet respect for the man who fought the system till there was nothing left. He rolled out of the shop like a storm no one could see coming. 6 tons of armor, thunder in the engine drumming. They called him Killdozer as he came down the street, and for one single day no one could stop the beast. He tore through the town like a judgment long overdue. No barricades or plans they made could stop him from getting through. And as if blessed by God's own righteous fury, no innocents would get hurt. The guilty reaped the whirlwind and got their just desserts. Years go by and people still talk about the man in the machine, the one who finally said enough when the system got too mean. Some see a madman, some see a saint who finally broke free, but everybody knows what it's like when you can't breathe. He rolled out of the shop like a storm nobody saw coming. 6 tons of armor, thunder in the engine drumming. They called him Killdozer as he rolled down the street for one single day. The common man could not be beat. darkness without a name. Like the black thing from forgotten tales, it rolled across the stars and force and wonder. Uniform shade, crushing every spark that disobeyed. It made its home where laughter reigned, twisted joy into chains of shame. To Pandora's of the modern age. Zoe Quinn and Anita Sarkeesian lifted the lid on the forbidden jar, unleashed the howling storm of war. False accusations, public scorn, one innocent soul was crushed and torn, driven to the final silent night, a casualty of their holy fight. This is the first stand for the light we built with our own two hands. This is the first stand. We are the gatekeepers of Gamergate. We held the line when all others would capitulate. This was the first stand. This was Gamergate. Then rose the herald voice of stone. Total biscuit called across the zone. His words cut through the digital night, awakening the sleepers to the fight. From the very heart of the light they came, a warrior cast forged in digital flame, ever vigilant, ever pursuing the dark, sworn to hunt it, to tear it apart. Then from the glowing heart of light arose a weapon forged that no shadow could oppose. Beam swift spells of truth and savage mirth, the one true blade that pierced the darkness first. Viral thunder rolling across the plain, laughing chaos driving out the pain. The darkness howled and recoiled in fear, for memes were something it could not endure. From the light they drew their ancient rage, rip and tear across the shadow's cage. Like the slayer born of crimson hell, our crusaders charge where demons dwell. Doom incarnate in pixel and steel, they ripped the darkness, made the shadows real. No mercy for the creeping blight, the warriors of the endless fight. The people of the light rose as one, struck the first blow, the battle won. That wound cut deeper than the darkness knew, a sting that burns and echoes through and through. For the curse that Pandora set in motion, the ever-shifting storm of false devotion now turns upon its makers without cease. Yesterday's champion of darkness, today's released. This is the first stand for the games we love and the joy we demand. This is the first stand. We are the gatekeepers of Gamergate. We held the line when all others would capitulate. This was the first stand. This was Gamergate. The first stand. The warriors still remain. The first stand. Gamergate.
All right, that should be better with the mic. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been talking this whole time. My bad. Yeah. And, is this playing or not? No, because I got it muted. All right. So we'll go ahead and start it back over. I was talking...
The stupidest headline
There
of
we
all.
go.
Why can we rage against George Floyd's death but not Henry Novak's? Well, I suppose because Henry Novak wasn't killed by the police.
No, he was ignored, restrained, and if anything, made worse. I mean, in all honesty, if anybody but the police showed up, he would have probably been in better hands.
Well, he died because of a lack of police care, right?
I think what we're seeing here is an outpouring of rage that the police didn't turn up at the scene of this crime and automatically presume that the brown people were the criminals and the liars and the white person was the innocent victim.
I mean, I cannot believe we're making this argument here. This is ridiculous. Like this dude, this has to be intentional gaslighting. Like, this dude is just with such a straight face. Like, if they're that programmed, then there's no hope for them anyways. And I have no bad feelings about anything that happens to them because you can't do anything about it. Yeah, they didn't do... I mean, no, they did their jobs. That's the problem. Their job is DEI enforcement. Their job is not law enforcement. They did their jobs. They did exactly what they were trained for. That is the problem.
I think it's that simple. I think they just hate the fact that the police force no longer turn up at the scene of the crime and treat the ethnic minority as the wrong one.
These people here, in my opinion, are just as much of an enemy as any of the invaders are. They are.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Like
Like I said, if they're, whether they're gaslighting or they're just irredeemably programmed, whatever has to be done to remove their capability from influencing things any further needs to be done.
and purposefully misunderstanding, because yeah, they automatically default assumed that the guy that was laying on the ground and could barely talk was the one who did something wrong. They told him that he wasn't stabbed, and then they went with the murderer to go get him food.
Look, I think this is a tragic case, Henry Novak, but we really need to listen to Henry's family because they're asking us as politicians, as leaders, not to use his case to whip.
Please, this case is extremely inconvenient, and thankfully we have programmed the parents, so they're doing what we want them to do. Would you all please follow suit?
Pup divisions.
See, he's trying to rein people in because he knows that it's getting out of control, and he knows that this could break containment and actually radicalize people.
This is the losing issue, so he's just hoping nobody talks about it. Like, that's what it is.
Fact is that
this is the perfect case for this. Yeah, this is, if there's no better example in the history of humanity, I think, in this kind of problem than what we have seen right here. Like, if this doesn't change minds, nothing will. If nothing will.
that there is a two-tier police state that prioritizes minorities at the expense of the native population. This is unfair, and it shouldn't be happening.
Just listen again to what the family are asking.
And do you see what the operative words here are? At the expense of the native population, right? Nobody wants them to be treated unequally. We just don't want them to have more rights and privileges and be treated better than the native population. Canada's following suit of the UK. Yeah, it's Canada's about 10 years behind the UK. That's been the case for about 30 years.
Such a massive high ground opinion, by the way. Huge high ground.
Also, I hate that. I hate seeing the Prime Minister take that family for his own ends, I say.
Yeah.
Right? I say
that just makes people more mad, I think. It doesn't do anything to quell it. It makes them more mad.
What he could have done is he could have gone down to a very small place in Southampton, very secretly, and met them there. No, he got them to come to number 10. You know, they're emotionally, I can't imagine what it's like for them. I look upon it as a way of putting Starmer at the heart of something which he didn't change at all, brings the family up to London like that.
With respect, you're twisting Starmer's motives there. Neither of us know.
Oh my God, a politician, I'm twisting his motive.
Everybody knows. Of course that's what's happening. 2020, Keir Starmer reacts to the George Floyd video.
Can we stop? Absolutely. Can we just stop taking these people at face value anymore? We all know they're lying. And I'm sick of, I'm sick. The biggest thing I hate more than anything, right? I'm gonna get mad for this, right? The biggest thing I hate more than anything over the past like 10 years or so is 15, 20 years, let's be real, is my attempt at good faith argumentation in the face of absolute bad faith arguments. And I'm done with it. At this point, I don't care to argue. At this point, fine. You want to play power games, you want to gaslight, you want to lie, deceive, and change your fucking, you know, your argument based on what you're going against. You know, 10 years later, your argument is counteracting the last person you voted for to reinforce the new person you're voted for. And none of my arguments that have been consistent for that entire duration matter. Fuck that. I'm done. Then they don't matter. You want a power game? Power game on. Let's go. And when you're crying about how the boot's on your neck now, I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to be sympathetic because it was the other way around and you were cheering it on. I know what makes you cheer. I'm not going to feel sympathetic for your boos.
Really shocked, as I'm sure everybody was shocked. In particular, just hearing someone almost talking through their own death. It was very, very upsetting, emotionally upsetting. And I'm afraid, I'm sure this is the same for other people. I couldn't take my mind off the face of the officer and the sort of nonchalance, if you like, of what was happening. It was really...
By the way, Henry Nowak was 1,000 times worse than George Floyd. It's not even close.
Yeah, there's no comparison. Like Henry Nowak didn't hold a gun to a pregnant woman's belly and rob her at gunpoint. Henry Nowak wasn't on enough fentanyl to kill an elephant when Henry Nowak was killed. Henry Nowak was a minor, not even an adult. Like, are we serious here? Like, the moral comparison is off the charts. Yeah, he wasn't an addict. He didn't have a past criminal history. He wasn't in the act of being detained for committing a crime. He did nothing wrong. If anything, maybe he was a little racist. Fine. Look at how right he fucking was. Way to prove the fucking point, huh? Literally. With a point.
Really chilling, and I think that's why it sparked such a reaction across the world. I was genuinely shocked, and the image, I think, will stick with me, and I'm sure it'll stick with many people. That combination of a man talking about his last breath in that way and an officer
not caring, just not caring at all.
You just really had to 1-for-1 it, didn't you? That's so ironic. Wow. Almost half of British students back the return of the death penalty. The death penalty was abolished in Britain in 1969, but growing numbers of youngsters are now calling for its reintroduction. I'm glad to see this. I'm very happy to see young people that are becoming extremely based. This is amazing.
We need, look, I agree with the Constitution about no cruel punishment, right? But I'm not sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there's nothing that says that you need to know the date of your execution. So I say we just do the Japanese style where, yeah, you get the death penalty, and then your date is set, and nobody tells you. You just wake up one morning, and guess what? You're lined up. It's your day. No last meal, no anything. Just today's your day. Congratulations. And every morning you get to wake up not knowing if that's going to be your day.
Very, very happy about this.
All right, so we did that. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's go. The next one, we're watching about the Lego footage. This is the footage is released. So we're going to watch this.
Unredacted of my interactions with them.
First.
So this is the original footage I got with the redactions in, and this is the new unredacted footage. I'm lining them up, and I'm going to keep only the redacted parts to see what they were actually saying.
Jail. I understand. This ends today. I know. We're talking more.
Sadly, they weren't able to get the first 2 days where I was accused of having heroin on me. But the final 2 days, we were able to see a lot, actually. The footage starts with me going to Josh's house so I can serve him his legal court papers. Josh knows that if he goes to court with me, he's going to lose. So instead, a much easier option is he calls the police on me to prevent me from serving him.
His name is Ben Schneider. He's stalking my house. Will you come to my house, please, and come get them? I'm not going to have stalkers.
Are they there right now?
They're on the side of the house.
One of the dispatchers made a note here saying that you were going to shoot someone.
I'm done with this. Officer, can you please help me and my family and make this stop?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, he's the victim. Help me. Help me. Hold on, let me put on my sad face. Help me. Help me, I'm the victim. Don't you see? I am the poor victim. You must help me.
consignment deal with a guy named Brian Mansell. A year and a half, almost 2 years, she had this consignment deal with him, and she never paid
maybe
him.
don't be a fucking douche canoe fucking thief. It's, you know,
we can
like,
easily verify with all of the metadata timestamped pictures that show that the Lego sets were in the store when Josh took it over.
He's hired this YouTuber. His name is Ben Schneider. He's Reckless Ben. They sent people in saying they're going to murder our manager. I'm done.
What are you guys doing here?
So
this is a false police report. Like, by definition, like, a lot of this is just not true. He's just lying. That should be a false police report. He should be criminal, like, up to a 10-year penalty, if I remember correctly. Like, with all of these stacking up, the dude should be in jail for 10 years, like, minimum.
Legal papers.
She is a process server, and she's trying to serve you papers.
She's not a process server.
Okay.
Get the papers.
Have
They're
you
fake papers. They're fake. Go get the papers.
You're okay if I bring those over to you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
They're fake.
You got to
Yeah,
see those papers?
multiple times.
Yeah.
Multiple
So this is what
times.
you're trying to serve them with?
Yes. I wish we could just send him an email. I wish we could just send him a phone call.
Over and over again, lied and lied and lied and lied. He needs to face charges for each individual account of those lies, and stack them up.
So we're just following the instructions we got from Nate. He thinks if I just call the cops on me, he can get away with it, but we're showing him, like, we don't have to get away with this crime, so.
Okay. You okay if I give these papers to him?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Oh, this is the part that they completely redacted.
Okay, if she just gives you the papers so we can just...
Yeah, right.
Get
Have
her.
you looked at the papers? I've talked to the Kaiser Police Department. There's nothing filed. So no, I'm not accepting service from him. Okay. Absolutely not. It's fake.
Which is illegal. He has to take them. Like, and if he doesn't, then the court understands that he has received them regardless. It just means that it's going to be more of a default judgment in the case of Reckless Ben, which should be the procedure here.
Not real.
Like, he has every right not to take them, but once served, he's actually losing rights by not getting the information what he's being served with. So I mean that's the way the court sees it.
That's completely fine. You have that right.
Yeah.
Literally, all this police officer has to do is be like, "You are served," and then he doesn't even have to accept them. He can literally just drop them. But as long as you say you are served, that counts as illegal serving. So why doesn't this cop just do that? Like, this whole thing would have been.
And the cops know this. The cops should know this. The cops should absolutely know this. I know this. So they should know this.
Literally 3 seconds. Like, here, I'll time it. You've been served.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like,
this is like the first thing they teach you in any kind of law school, even like any kind of cop law school. It's like one of the first things you have to go over.
literally 1.5 seconds, and this could be solved. This could literally be solved in 1.5 seconds. And this police officer is just purposely choosing to make this.
Well, he's either completely ignorant of his own education, policy, and law, or he's complicit. There's no in between here. And either one is just as bad as the other. So I don't really care. Like, either one is just as bad as the other. So, doesn't matter. And there's no in between. Either he's completely ignorant of his own operating procedure, the laws, and his education given to him for said operating procedure, or he's willfully complicit. Those are the only two possible options. No other option exists.
It's way more complicated than it has to be.
Hold on. All right. What are you wanting done today? Besides, obviously, talk to...
As much as you humanly possibly can.
I can screen charges. I'm open to screening charges through our attorney.
Yeah. Instead of serving these court papers, like
they're going to look for a reason to arrest him. That's what they're going to do. That's what screening charges means. They're going to look for possible charges for the activity. So like, they're literally doing the Stalin, you know, you show, or the assistant to Stalin, whoever, I can't remember their name. You show me the person, I'll show you the crime. That's what they're doing right now.
He would. This officer would rather screen all possible charges for me to see what random stuff they can make up about me.
I'm going to go talk with him, give him his paper back, since you do not want this.
Can I just peek at it?
What was that?
Can I peek at it?
It kind of puts me in a little bit
All
of
right,
a
never
bind.
mind. It's fake. There's no lawsuit in this.
Okay. So anyway, I'm going to give this back to him and trespasser.
Because here's the thing. Like, think about this logically. Do you think a process
Yeah, not at all.
server would show
Not
up
at all.
with a
This
guy
whole
that's been
town is
harassing
fucked up.
a YouTuber to serve papers in Utah.
Josh knows that if he gets served these papers, it's going to be really bad for him. And at this point, it seems like he's willing to make up any story he can to get us arrested before he gets served these papers.
What's weird to me is everyone fucking knows the law except for the fucking cops. Josh knows what the law is and what the consequences of this is. Reckless Ben does, I do, you do. Why the fuck doesn't the cop?
They sent a lady in, and the lady's like, "Oh, I'm gonna murder you," to Amanda, the manager.
And now, Josh has just committed a felony. Lying to the police officers about a false threat I made to get me arrested is super duper illegal.
He called the store.
Yeah,
times,
for real.
Threatened the employees.
Exactly.
He does not want the paper. So
He's not want the papers?
here's that back for you.
Okay.
I'm not sure what this is. I've never seen something like that. To be honest with you.
These are court papers.
Okay. Yeah. Have a good rest of your day.
Okay, see ya.
Yeah, process server's really gonna ride with the YouTuber. I mean, how stupid does he think I am? They have fake service papers. Then the girl is like, she's like, "Oh no, I gotta serve him these papers." Like they printed up a fake lawsuit, you know? And I'm like, "Oh yeah, do you think the process server would really be riding with the YouTube guy to deliver papers?"
We're back. My wife came in. I'll save this for later. Yeah, we're back. We're here. There we go. Hope you are. And people wonder why we don't trust the trust police officers. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, for real, right?
To a guy that he's been harassing.
You never know if it's a situation like this. I mean, I trust him usually, but this has really hurt my image of him for sure.
I don't know what to do, man.
So, did you call the police again?
I just don't know what to do, man. I'm done with these guys.
We're ready and willing to arrest these individuals for Utah,
This is the CEO.
Utah statutes for cyberbullying.
So the CEO that went on the interview earlier.
Because they're using electronic means for communication and coordinating their stalking.
Well, it's digital stalking, not stalking.
It's it's all of the above. You know,
Okay,
and so,
got it.
but because they're continuing to use, you know, like additional tactics and other things like that, thinking that they're being cute and whatnot, can't continue. So somebody has to be arrested to show that they can't continue to do this.
Now we're just kind of wanting to know what you want done on this.
As much as we humanly possibly can.
He's going to submit, have it screened for charges with our prosecutors, right, with our city prosecutors.
He is very adamant that he wants to serve you with papers, okay?
That's fake. That's illegal. You can't pretend to be a process server.
So
you can't. That's illegal.
Why not? In the state of Utah, to be a process server, all you have to do is be over the age of 18 years old. You got to be not affiliated with the case, and you can't be an attorney. And this girl meets all three. She is over 18 years old. I literally met her like 10 minutes before we showed up here, and she's not an attorney. So legally, in the state of Utah, this woman is a process server. And I already explained this to the police.
So anyone can be a process server. You have to be 18 years old, and you have to be not affiliated with the case. So she is not affiliated with the case. She's over 18 years old. That qualifies as a process server.
Okay. Well, maybe you just have someone not affiliated with
Like,
you.
why does he have to explain this shit to them? They should know this.
That's her. Yeah, we have no relationship. That's why she's here. Yeah, that's why she's here. We have no relationship, and that is who she is. The exact person that you're describing.
That's fake. It is a lie. She's impersonating a process server.
So for this girl to be impersonating a process server in the state of Utah, she must either be under 18, which the cops took her ID and verified she's not under 18.
Do you have an ID or anything like that on you?
I sure do.
She has to be related to this case, which Josh says he's never seen her before, so she can't be related to this case. Josh has verified that, and so the only option left is Josh must assume that she's an attorney. But if Josh has never heard of her before, how does he know she's an attorney? And spoiler, she's not an attorney, but so I don't know what Josh means when he says she's pretending to be a process server, because it seems like he's verified that she meets all the requirements to be a process server. So basically what Josh is saying is, even though she meets all these requirements, and I acknowledge she meets these requirements, she still doesn't meet these requirements. You're making no sense, Josh.
Impersonating an officer of the court, that carries it's pretty significant, you know, like...
Yeah, you can't pretend to be a process server.
I like how the cops are just listening to some bald dude on his porch steps and the dude on the phone. Oh, they said to do something, I guess that's what we gotta do, because some dude on the phone said that it was illegal, so it's probably illegal. We got to do something about it, because the guy on the phone said it's illegal. He is certainly more reputable than the case filings and paperwork provided by the person in the car with us right now. Listen to guy on phone.
Sorry. Yeah, you can't. That's got to be illegal.
And that's, like I say, he's getting combining charges.
It's a Class A misdemeanor to impersonate a process server in the state of Utah.
So right now...
I want her arrested for impersonating a process server.
So right now...
I can't just go and pretend. I can't go print up fake documents and go try to process serve people. That's illegal.
So these papers that you printed
Back
up...
with coffee, what I missed? Just me.
billion.
Like the cop, I was just making a dirt like comparison about how the cops don't know what the fuck to do, and they're just listening to some dude on a phone who's on the phone with an older bald guy on porch steps. Like they don't know anything, but they're gonna listen to the voice on the phone. I'm gonna listen to the voice on the phone. Phone says this bad. I must do what phone voice says.
Trillion, gazillion percent.
Again, this is Ammon. I'm with the corporate office.
He's the CEO.
Oh, hi.
So what's happened is...
Oh, voice on phone is very, very powerful, man. Must make bow.
We had a former franchisee. Mr. Schneider is just a YouTuber that got a hold of the story and then went to this guy and said, hey, if I can harass these guys and if I can do some stuff and get some money out of them, will you pay me some of that money? And that's what they're trying to do, is the individual who actually owes the money left the United States.
And now Eamon has just committed obstruction by lying to the police officers.
He created a fake contract, forged a manager's signature up there, threatened to kill her.
I didn't sign no agreement. I'm not beholden to somebody else's stupid agreement.
No, but you profited off of
how
it,
he
didn't
can
you?
just lie to you guys.
He was like, it's not my responsibility to pay out for a fucking agreement that I didn't sign. It's only my responsibility to take hold, seize all the inventory, and make sure I profit off of said inventory. All right? There's a difference, bro. All right? Understand.
Guys, just straight face. Oh, he owes me $200,000.
I'll check with the court, see if it's a valid civil case that he's trying to push through, and we'll go about it that way, okay?
Thank you for holding. How can I help you?
Trying to speak with someone to verify if a case is, just verify if a case is real.
Yeah, looks like a real small claims case in our court.
Okay, thank you for your help. That's all for today.
So at least at this point, he should take the documentation and hand it over, because he's already authorized with his own government that this isn't fake, and the person he's been talking to the whole time about it being fake is lying to him. That is the only thing he should be able to plausibly conclude from his new information.
Call. I guess the police officers turned off the microphone on their body cam because I guess they really didn't want literally anyone to hear this, even if someone gets a hold of the unredacted stuff. Not even we now can get it to hear what these police officers are saying.
Isn't that nice?
But anyways,
Isn't that nice?
The police officer ends up going back to talk to Josh.
They're screening some charges, okay?
Yeah.
But we're just kind of working through. It looks like this is a real case. It just hasn't gone to court, okay?
It's a real case. Who's it against?
Against you, him versus you.
Ben Snyder?
Mm-hmm.
What an idiot.
So,
He's already confirmed that he's the one named in the paperwork, that it is a court case, that it is serving, that the court case hasn't happened yet, which is what serving paperwork is for. You're registering with the court what the case is about and notifying the defendant that they have a court case that is going into establishment and what it's about. That's what this is. The cops should know that. Jesus Christ.
We're working together.
So basically the consensus is we were all wrong here. However, let's just arrest Ben anyways.
Like,
exactly.
Letting them go
exactly.
cannot be an option here, guys. Like, there's got to be something for cyber stalking, bullying, like all.
We've just legitimized his complaint. We understand that there is legal precedent and that there is a legal action in process. We have verified the claims. Every attack that we've made about this being inaccurate has been confirmed to be accurate, and now fuck it all, right? Oh fuck, we'll just go ahead and arrest the other guy.
All of the different things, like there's got to be something to arrest them. And
this is fucking this is unacceptable. It's absolutely unacceptable. Absolutely and thoroughly. They need to be fucking. Oh my god, they need.
That's why we're kind of working through this.
I'm on YouTube. Hello. There need to be consequences, legal consequences for these officers.
Really?
I love you. I love you. Oh,
there we go.
I love you. Okay, I love you. I love American Police Department.
Yeah, they're completely,
so now let's get to the search
fucking
warrant,
stupid.
Where the
You're
cops
absolutely
raid
right.
my house because they heard that
these
I
cops
was the one
are
that
a
stole the
special
Legos
kind
from
of
Brian.
fucking stupid.
So
Clearly,
I found out an answer of why this cop was so rough with me and threw my arm back. Before we enter the property, the cop warns all the other police officers to make sure we are not filming.
Hey, they're probably going to be quick to film. They're probably going to be quick to pull their phones out, so just be aware of that.
Yeah.
However, when we got raided, I instantly pressed the record button on my phone because I was terrified these police officers were going to do something and then try and hide it from the public. But I guess the police officer sees that I'm filming, and once he sees I'm filming, I think he was like, as punishment for filming me, I'm going to bend your arm back upwards and injure you.
Yeah, exactly.
My
It was
guess of what
reciprocal.
happened, because afterwards
You did something he didn't like, and he punished you for it.
So I shut it off, but
Kid had to go
How many did you get? You got
This is infuriating, dude. Absolutely maddening.
Including Ben Schneider? Yes. Sweet, that's good.
Next, we got some
Like, they're just in
unredacted footage.
communication with him. Like, I don't know. If I make a complaint against my neighbors, I don't get to call the cops and find out, how the raid went. right? That's not how that works, at least not here.
Of me using the bathroom. Another thing about this unredacted footage is we get to see the police's entire office building. We get to see their detective board of us. We get to see that they're actually a member of the Church of Scientology Sucks. All my old school fans will know this, but basically I made a religion called Scientology Sucks. And it legally got approved by the IRS, and Scientology Sucks worships a gold plunger as their god. I even got it tattooed on my wrist right here. It's like a plunger cross on my wrist. I guess the American Fork Police Department is active members of the Church of Scientology Sucks because they literally put my god on their desk. That's exciting.
We have a felony stalking case right now. Felonies. Everyone's facing felonies. That's pretty serious shit. It's super serious. I know that you've been told all of, oh, it's a fundraiser. This guy stole $200,000. Yeah. If that was the case, that guy would be in jail. Yeah. So
no,
we're going to use critical.
If that was the case, do you hear that? Do you hear that? If that was the case, these guys would be in jail. Wow. You hear that? The chutzpah on that officer.
A bunch. So this is basically a spoiler for episode 3, but basically this bricks and minifigs company has non-stop been making fake bomb threats, fake fire threats, fake murder threats in my name that I'm going to murder them. The only problem is obviously these are all fake threats. I would never do something like that, but the police think that these are real threats. So now the police from Los Angeles, from Utah, they're all working together now to catch me. Here's a phone call from just a few days ago of the Los Angeles police calling the Utah police of them scheming of a way to get me arrested for all these mystery threats that I've been making.
Paul, we got a complaint from a guy in Provo about this guy Schneider.
Okay.
And so it seems like
yeah, it's ridiculous.
I talked to the guys in Sandy police too, and then trying to get a hold of Provo police. So it seems like, yeah, Schneider's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Basically, so he called me and he's just like, this guy's crazy. He's like making threats against us, my employees, our business, et cetera, et cetera. It seems like this guy might live in LA or his last known address is in LA. So I guess I'm just trying to track down like what you guys are doing, if anything. I know, like, at least I've been told that there's technically like a couple open cases. This guy's already being charged in Utah by 3 different places. Like, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. Any idea where he actually is?
No idea. I know we had asked to hold him until we had further, but I'm guessing they just let him bond out. So.
Okay.
The only problem is I'm in a place the American police have no jurisdiction over, so they're never gonna catch me here.
Yeah, no American police in sight.
Good luck finding me. You are never gonna find me, police officers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, under the circumstances, you can't blame him, right? Like, he's got the police department being literally weaponized against him. What are we gonna do? Like, what is he gonna do? Has he committed some crime? Sure. Yeah. Okay. Am I gonna lie and say, has he committed no crimes? Probably not. He's probably committed a few misdemeanors or something, you know, like, definitely. But against what he's going against, obviously following the book isn't gonna help him. Clearly. So I don't blame him at all. No one should. No one would. If you made it impossible for him to redress grievances, then what is he supposed to do? And this is the case. You've literally made it impossible for him to redress these grievances. So yeah, he's going to act out. And he has every right to do so because you weaponized the system so he couldn't do anything about it. So he has every right. Every right. If I was on that jury, I'd nullify every fucking crime. Like, nope, never gonna prosecute. Nope, never. Suck my dick, never. Never gonna prosecute. Anyways, I'm gonna be right back. I need a second. And we're gonna start on Caleb Hammer, the Joe Rogan Experience. I'm actually kind of just to see how that goes. We'll put some music on. This is called Another Inconvenient Truth, the song I made. Tell me if you like it.
they sat us down in senior year and dimmed the classroom lights. Put on that famous movie, said the end is near, alright. Al Gore stood tall upon the screen with graphs that couldn't fail, while something in my stomach said this fairy tale smelled stale. I raised my hand, a timid soul, and asked a simple question. The silence hit like winter wind and froze the whole damn session. The teacher sighed, the students glared like I had lost my mind for daring to ask questions about the gospel they assigned. Oh, it was an inconvenient truth. A most convenient load of you know what?
All right, I'm gonna be back. I need a couple of minutes to deal with. I need to get lunch together. I'm a stay-at-home dad. That's my job. So I'm gonna get my son his lunch and make lunch for me and my wife. So it'll just be a couple of minutes. If you're gone when I get back, I won't blame you. I'll be back.
They swore the snow on Kilimanjaro soon would disappear. They swore the Arctic ice would vanish any year. They swore the ocean soon would swallow every coastal town. But 20 years have come and gone, and the ice is still around. Tuvalu cried, we're sinking fast at the United Nations Hall, while the coral reefs were harvested and sold off one and all. The islands didn't vanish, they just kept on standing tall. But the fear kept flowing freely and the money flowed with all. The science was settled, they'd shout with righteous fire, while the data kept on screaming that the models were a liar. They dodge and weave and lecture like it was some kind of game, and heaven help the child who dared to ask again. They'll never say they're sorry, they'll never face the cost. They just move the goalposts and the grift goes marching on. The fear is long since faded, but the money's flowing still, like royalties from terror that they peddled with such skill. Now they found a brand new monster, shiny, bright and new. Artificial intelligence, it's gonna end us all, it's true. They scream we need more power, more rules, more chains in place, while they attack the ones who build it, trying to take us all to space. Digital IDs, their latest plea to seal our future tight, to finally close the vice and keep the future out of sight. The mild little cancel culture from the days of old has grown into a monster that will demand total control. Oh, it was an inconvenient truth. A most convenient load of you know what? They scared us once, they'll scare us twice. It's the same old grift, and the price is always choice. I used to I'm doing something better than that now. He woke up every morning just trying to build a life. Welded steel and honest work, kept his head down through the fight. They took his land, they took his name. They laughed while he went broke, till the only thing he had left was a Komatsu. And with that, he would bring the smoke. He spent 3 days and 3 nights behind a welding mask, turning yellow iron into something no one could get past. No speeches, no goodbye notes, no final grand manifesto. Just the sound of steel on steel and a heart that said, "Let's go!" He rolled out of the shop like a storm no one could see coming. 6 tons of armor, thunder in the engine drumming. They called him Killdozer as he came down the street. And for one single day, no one could stop the beast. They threw everything they had at him, bullets, bombs, and prayers. But he just kept on rolling like he didn't even care. Every building that fell before him felt the weight of what he'd lost. One man against the system, and the system paid the cost. They called him crazy when the smoke finally cleared. Said the man had lost his mind, that he'd gone too far, that's clear. But the ones who knew him best just stood there with a quiet respect for the man who fought the system till there was nothing left. He rolled out of the shop like a storm no one could see coming. 6 tons of armor, thunder in the engine drumming. They called him Killdozer as he came down the street. And for one single day, no one could stop the beast. He tore through the town like a judgment long overdue. No barricades or plans they made could stop him from getting through. And as if blessed by God's own righteous fury, no innocents would get hurt. The guilty reaped the whirlwind and got their just deserts. Years go by and people still talk about the man in the machine, the one who finally said enough when the system got too mean. Some see a madman, some see a saint who finally broke free. But everybody knows what it's like when you can't breathe. He rolled out of the shop like a storm nobody saw coming. 6 tons of armor, thunder in the engine drumming. They called him Killdozer as he rolled down the street. for one single day. The common man could not be beat. So bright, a sanctuary forged in pixels bright, our safety, our escape, our endless flight. We bathed in worlds of our own design, creatures of the light, unconfined. But from the outer void it came, a spreading darkness without a name. Like the black thing from forgotten tales, it rolled across the stars and veils, enforcing wonder, uniform shade, crushing every spark that disobeyed. It made its home where laughter reigned, twisted joy into chains of shame, two Pandoras of the modern age. So we quit and Anita Sarkeesian lifted the lid on the forbidden jar, unleashed the howling storm of war. False accusations, public scorn, one innocent soul was crushed and torn, driven to the final silent night, a casualty of their holy fight. This is the first stand for the light we built with our own two hands. This is the first stand. We are the gatekeepers of Gamergate. We held the line when all others would capitulate. This was the first stand. This was Gamergate. Then rose the herald voice of stone, total biscuit called across the zone. His words cut through the digital night, awakening the sleepers to the fight. From the very heart of the light they came, a warrior cast forged in digital flame, ever vigilant, ever pursuing the dark, sworn to hunt it, to tear it apart. Then from the glowing heart of light arose a weapon forged that no shadow could oppose. Beam swift spells of truth and savage mirth, the one true blade that pierced the darkness first. Viral thunder rolling across the plain, laughing chaos driving out the pain. The darkness howled and recoiled in fear, for memes were something it could not endure. Yesterday's champion of darkness, today's released. This is the first stand for the games we love and the joy we demand. This is the first stand. We are the gatekeepers of Gamergate. We held the line when all others would capitulate. This was the first stand. This was Gamergate. The first stand. The warriors still remain. The first stand. Gamergate. Seeing patterns in the haze, yeah, he's built a different way. That's not okay. Seeing patterns in the cracks, in the numbers, in the fray. That's not okay. They call it a disorder, we call it his upgrade. No filter, no fluff, he'll cut straight through the gray. Autistic eyes wide open, watch him abuse the rules in every game they play. We're not ashamed, we're not ashamed, we're not ashamed, we're not ashamed. Seeing patterns, seeing patterns, seeing patterns in the haze. That's not okay. This is weaponized autism, so let the tism fly. Proud and bombastic, this is autastic. We're not ashamed, we're not ashamed, we're not ashamed, we're not ashamed. Seeing patterns, seeing patterns, seeing patterns in the haze. That's not okay. This is weaponized autism, so let the tism fly. Sense of justice, as true as his aim. Proud and bombastic, this is autastic. They sat us down in senior year and dimmed the classroom lights. Put on that famous movie, said the end is near, alright. Al Gore stood tall upon the screen with graphs that couldn't fail, while something in my stomach said this fairy tale smelled stale. I raised my hand, a timid soul, and asked a simple question. The silence hit like winter wind and froze the whole damn session. The teacher sighed, the students glared like I had lost my mind for daring to ask questions about the gospel they assigned. convenient truth. A most convenient load of you know what. They scared us good in high school seats. Woo! While the prophets cashed their checks and flew in private fleets. They swore the snow on Kilimanjaro soon would disappear. They swore the Arctic ice would vanish any year. They swore the ocean soon would swallow every coastal town. But 20 years have come and gone, and the ice is still around. Tuvalu cried, we're sinking fast at the United Nations Hall, while the coral reefs were harvested and sold off one and all. The islands didn't vanish, they just kept on standing tall. But the fear kept flowing freely, and the money flowed with all. The science was settled, they shout with righteous fire, while the data kept on screaming that the models were a liar. They dodge and weave and lecture like it was some kind of game, and heaven help the child who dared to ask again. They'll never say they're sorry, they'll never face the cost. They just move the goalposts and the grift goes marching on. The fear has long since faded, but the money's flowing still, like royalties from terror that they peddled with such skill. Now they found a brand new monster, shiny, bright and new. Artificial intelligence, it's gonna end us all, it's true. They scream we need more power, more rules, more chains in place, while they attack the ones who build it, trying to take us all to space. Digital IDs, their latest plea to seal our future tight, to finally close the vice and keep the future out of sight. The mild little cancel culture from the days of old has grown into a monster that will demand total control. Oh, it was an inconvenient truth. A most convenient load of you know what. They scared us once, they'll scare us twice. It's the same old grift, and the price is always choice. I used to be woke up every morning just trying to build a life. Welded steel and honest work kept his head down through the fight. They took his land, they took his name. They laughed while he went broke, till the only thing he had left was a Komatsu. And with that, he would bring the smoke. He spent 3 days and 3 nights behind a welding mask, turning yellow iron into something no one could get past. No speeches, no goodbye notes, no final grand manifesto. Just the sound of steel on steel and a heart that said, "Let's go!" He rolled out of the shop like a storm no one could see coming. 6 tons of armor, thunder in the engine drumming. They called him Killdozer as he came down the street. And for one single day, no one could stop the beast. They threw everything they had at him, bullets, bombs, and prayers. But he just kept on rolling like he didn't even care. Every building that fell before him felt the weight of what he'd lost. One man against the system, and the system paid the cost. They called him crazy when the smoke finally cleared. Said the man had lost his mind, that he'd gone too far, that's clear. But the ones who knew him best just stood there with a quiet respect for the man who fought the system till there was nothing left. He rolled out of the shop like a storm no one could see coming. 6 tons of armor, thunder in the engine drumming. They called him Killdozer as he came down the street. And for one single day, no one could stop the beast. He tore through the town like a judgment long overdue. No barricades or plans they made could stop him from getting through. And as if blessed by God's own righteous fury, no innocents would get hurt. The guilty reaped the whirlwind and got their just desserts. Years go by and people still talk about the man in the machine, the one who finally said enough when the system got too mean. Some see a madman, some see a saint who finally broke free. But everybody knows what it's like when you can't breathe. He rolled out of the shop like a storm nobody saw coming. 6 tons of armor, thunder in the engine drumming. They called him Killdozer as he rolled down the street. For one single day, the common man could not be beat. sanctuary forged in pixels bright, our safety, our escape, our endless flight. We bathed in worlds of our own design, creatures of the light, unconfined. But from the outer void it came, a spreading darkness without a name. Like the black thing from forgotten tales, it rolled across the stars and veils, enforcing wonder, uniform shade, crushing every spark that disobeyed. It made its home where laughter reigned, twisted joy into chains of shame, to Pandora's of the modern age. Zoe Quinn and Anita Sarkeesian lifted the lid on the forbidden jar, unleashed the howling storm of war. False accusations, public scorn, one innocent soul was crushed and torn, driven to the final silent night, a casualty of their holy fight. This is the first stand for the light we built with our own two hands. This is the first stand. We are the gatekeepers of Gamergate. We held the line when all others would capitulate. This was the first stand. This was Gamergate. Then rose the herald voice of stone, total biscuit called across the zone. His words cut through the digital night, awakening the sleepers to the fight. From the very heart of the light they came, a warrior cast forged in digital flame, ever vigilant, ever pursuing the dark, sworn to hunt it, to tear it apart. Then from the glowing heart of light arose a weapon forged that no shadow could oppose. Memes, swift spells of truth and savage mirth, the one true blade that pierced the darkness first. Viral thunder rolling across the plain, laughing chaos driving out the pain. The darkness howled and recoiled in fear, for memes were something it could not endure. From the light they drew their ancient rage, rip and tear across the shadow's cage. Like the slayer born of crimson hell, our crusaders charge where demons dwell. Doom incarnate in pixel and steel, they ripped the darkness, made the shadows real. No mercy for the creeping blight, the warriors of the endless fight. The people of the light rose as one, struck the first blow, the battle won. That wound cut deeper than the darkness knew, a sting that burns and echoes through and through. For the curse that Pandora set in motion, the ever-shifting storm of false devotion now turns upon its makers without cease. Yesterday's champion of darkness, today's released. This is the first stand for the games we love and the joy we demand. This is the first stand. We are the gatekeepers of Gamergate. We held the line when all others would capitulate. This was the first stand. This was Gamergate. The first stand. The warriors still remain. The first stand. Gamergate. We're not ashamed. We're not ashamed. Seeing patterns, seeing patterns, seeing patterns in the hate. That's not okay. This is weaponized autism. So let the tism fly. Proud and bombastic. This is autastic. We're not ashamed. We're not ashamed. We're not ashamed. We're not ashamed. Seeing patterns, seeing patterns, seeing patterns in the hate. That's not okay. This is weaponized autism. So let the tism fly. Sense of justice, as true as his aim. Proud and bombastic. This is autastic. Yeah. They sat us down in senior year and dimmed the classroom lights. Put on that famous movie, said the end is near, alright. Al Gore stood tall upon the screen with graphs that couldn't fail, while something in my stomach said this fairy tale smelled stale. I raised my hand, a timid soul, and asked a simple question. The silence hit like winter wind and froze the whole damn session. The teacher sighed, the students glared like I had lost my mind for daring to ask questions about the gospel they assigned. Oh, it was an inconvenient truth. A most convenient load of you know what? They scared us good in high school seats. Woo! While the prophets cashed their checks and flew in private fleets. They swore the snow on Kilimanjaro soon would disappear. They swore the Arctic ice would vanish any year. They swore the ocean soon would swallow every coastal town. But 20 years have come and gone, and the ice is still around.
Alright, we're back. Once we're taking care of the workbench.
While the coral reefs were harvested and sold off, one and all. The islands didn't vanish, they just kept on standing tall. But the fear kept flowing freely, and the money flowed with all. The science was settled, they'd shout with righteous fire, while the data kept on screaming that the models were a liar. They dodge and weave and lecture like it was some kind of game. And heaven help the child who dared to ask again. They'll never say they're sorry, they'll never face the cost. They just move the goalposts and the grift goes marching on. The fear is long since faded, but the money's flowing still, like royalties from terror that they peddled with such skill. Now they found a brand new monster, shiny, bright and new. Artificial intelligence, it's gonna end us all, it's true. They scream we need more power, more rules, more chains in place, while they attack the ones who build it, trying to take us all to space. Digital IDs, close the vice and keep the future out of sight. The mild little cancel culture from the days of old has grown into a monster that will demand total control. Oh, it was an inconvenient truth. A most convenient load of you-know-what. They scared us once, they'll scare us twice. It's the same old grift, and the price is always choice. I used to burn my old Mustang down the strip, smoking games with the boys, never thinking twice. Those reckless nights are ghosts I left behind. Now they fade away in the rearview every mile, while the future rides backseat with a smile. I used to be living my best life, but I don't know if I can say that now. 'Cause I'm doing something better than that now. I used to have a million good times, but I don't know if I can say that now.